Sure. So I'm going to go ahead and read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information in any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners, or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. And without further ado, Alvin, the floor is yours. And if you could give an introduction of yourself and what you'll be covering today, that would be amazing. And again, thank you so much for coming on to our sessions.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alexander. My name is Alvin Jones, and I'm an energy program specialist for the Department of Energy and Environment. More specifically, I work with the Solar for All program. I'm the outreach and recruitment lead for the program. So today I'm going to be talking to you about our Solar for All program. I'm not going to try to bombard you with a whole bunch of information. I'm going to try to explain the program in as simplistically as I can, but also be very informative. Like we said before, if you have a question, please jump in and stop me. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. It's more like a conversational type of style today. So if you have any questions, please feel free to jump in. I do have a PowerPoint presentation, which I'm going to share with you all now. Just give me about 1 minute. Thank you all for having me.
Yep, your co-host, so you can go ahead and share your screen.
Excellent, excellent.
And by the way, your audio sounds great, but your video was lagging a bit. So I just to let you know.
Okay, it's good to know.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I actually turned it off, so you'll probably be able to hear me better.
Yeah, it's better. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Okay, so you all can see my screen, right?
You're good to go.
Got you, got you. Okay, so the Solar for All program. So just a little bit of background about the Solar for All program. We've been around since about 2016, and we were established by the Renewable Portfolio Standard. Okay. And I like to say that we have two sides of the Solar for All program. Now, people who are sort of familiar with solar, they see solar panels, and we help single family homeowners get solar panels installed on their home. And we also have community solar. So I'm going to speak about both sides of the program, but more specifically, I'm going to talk about community solar. Community solar is administered by the Department of Energy and Environment. Okay. And our single family solar side of the program is administered by our grantee organization, DC Sustainable Energy Utility. So if you did want to get solar panels placed on your home with this program, it would be free, but you would have to reach out to DC Sustainable Energy Utility to start that process. Now you can apply for that side of the program online, or you can give them a call and they can get you signed up that way. I will be talking about that later in the presentation as well. Okay. So just to reiterate, our program includes rooftop single family solar and also community solar. You're probably wondering what community solar is. I'm going to go into that a little bit later. But the goal of the program is to serve 100,000 households in DC by the year 2032. Okay. And so we're about 8 years from that date, and we're making some headway. I would say about now we have about almost 10,000 people in our program. We have about 7,600 on our community solar side, and we have about 1,400 or so, I want to say, on the single family solar side. So a lot of people are getting solar for all benefits in the District of Columbia. A lot of people have went through district government and the Solar for All program to get free solar panels on their home. The goal of this program is to serve low to moderate income DC residents. Okay. And we do that to make solar equitable and also inclusive to everyone in the district. A lot of people think that they can't go solar because, oh, I can't afford it. I don't make enough money, or maybe my home is, around a whole bunch of shade trees, and maybe my roof is in need of repair. But we take all of that out of the equation to get as many people involved in solar as we can. So a lot of our senior population is involved with the solar excuse me. A lot of our seniors are involved in the solar for all program. Okay. We work with a lot of you may be familiar with the low income home energy assistance program, which you have to apply for every year. That gives you a benefit on your gas or electric bill. If you're familiar with that, a lot of our participants in the solar for all program come directly from that program. So they receive both benefits. Okay. So, our agency, Department of Energy and Environment, if you hear our name, you know that we're working for you, and we want to make solar inclusive, and we do a lot with energy assistance as well as an agency. So this is an important initiative for the district, and we want to prioritize low to moderate income DC residents. Okay. And this is a picture of our Oxen Run facility. It's don't quote me, but I believe it is 700. Actually, I believe it's about 300. I want to say 3.5 megawatts of electricity that's generated from this particular site. So it is one of our biggest solar farms in the district. We have a bunch of these facilities all over the district that generate clean electricity. Okay. And that's just one example of it. I believe at this point, we have about 25 community solar facilities online and generating electricity. Okay, let me go to the next slide. So what is community solar? Okay, so community solar allows renters and homeowners to save money on their electricity bills, and you do not have to install solar. Okay, so what community solar is, the solar panels are located off-site, and by being a subscriber of this program, you receive credits on your electricity bill. Okay, so with community solar, you're indirectly powering your home with solar. Okay, and you're getting savings on your electricity bill by being a subscriber to this program. So all of our solar panels are located off-site, and they generate clean electricity for the larger electric grid. Okay, and instead of Pepco paying for the electricity, we're giving out the benefits to subscribers of this program. Okay, so with this program, with community solar, you get credits on your electricity bill, making your bill cheaper. Okay, you do not have to pay two separate bills. You would still continue to pay Pepco, but on the second page of your bill, you would see a community solar credit, and that would be a deduction. You would see what you saved. And I'm going to go to our website so you see what that looks like on your bill once you're enrolled into this program. Okay, so it's a very simple concept. We generate the electricity, and you all get the savings on your electricity bill by being subscribed to this program. It's literally that simple. When I lived in a district, I just recently moved, but when I lived in a district, I lived in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I was really worried about how I was gonna, actually pay rent and pay the electricity bill. Solar for All helped me so much. Typical savings on the program each month are going to vary. So in the summertime, you'll see a bigger credit than you would in the wintertime because we have a lot of sunlight in the summertime, so we can generate more electricity from our solar panels. Okay, so you will see a bigger credit in the summertime. You see a smaller credit in the wintertime. But overall, you can expect to save up to $500 per year with this program. Okay. And I always tell people, if you live in a district and you qualify for programs, get as many benefits as you can from living in the district because you're entitled to it. Okay. And who doesn't love to save money anywhere they can? So you be saving up to $500 per year on your electricity bill, and you don't have to get solar installed on your home or anything. Okay. And community solar allows renters Okay, people who live in condos. It allows renters to take advantage of the benefits of solar. Okay, so if you live in an apartment, you can get community solar. That's primarily what it's for. So if you live in an apartment, okay, we're gonna allocate the credits directly to your Pepco account. So we don't have to go through your landlord. You don't have to change anything. We allocate the credits directly to your account. So let me give you an example. If your Pepco bill 1 month is supposed to be $90 and you get a $30 credit from the Solar for All program, that means your bill will be $60 for that month. It's a $30 reduction. Okay. So yes, that's what community solar is. It's getting the savings on your bill with no installation. Okay. The solar panels are located off-site around the district. And I see Miss Blackshear has her hand raised. Please jump in.
Yeah, I have to ask them to unmute Alvin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Oh,
Go
wait,
ahead,
hold
Ms.
on.
Rosemary.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Mr. Allen. I have
Hello.
a question.
Mhm.
If you are a apartment dweller in DC and you currently have LIHEAP support, can the resident also qualify for the community solar discount?
Yes, ma'am. And that's a very good question. Anybody who participates in the LIHEAP program is already pre-qualified for the Solar for All program. Okay. So all you have to do is say that you're a part of the LIHEAP program or indicate that on your application. And we can go in our system and check. So you don't need to do any income verification. Okay. You being a recipient of the LIHEAP program is income verification for the Solar for All program. Their income guidelines are up to 60% AMI, area median income, and our income guidelines are 80% area median income. So anybody who qualifies for that program qualifies for Solar for All. So just to reiterate, yes.
Okay, I will let my family members know that they can do LIHEAP and the community solar. So
Yes,
so
yes,
so
ma'am.
And so one more thing then. So when they go, because they're on it now, right? But do you have to go back into the thing and sign up for community solar, or how do they so if they go back into their account, right? Is there a slot that says community solar?
They can apply for the community solar program directly.
Oh,
They
under
can
the
go on,
community.
excuse me.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
No,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry. You go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
Oh,
go
I was
ahead.
just gonna okay. I was just gonna say that they can apply for the community solar program directly. They can go on our website, or if they're not able to do it online, they can call our hotline number, which I'm gonna give you at the end of the presentation, and request a paper application. Or they can call into the hotline and say that they're a LIHEAP Energy Assistance recipient, and
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
we
good.
can just send them an application to their home.
Yeah, because any all the help they can get. Thank you so much. Have a
Yes,
great day.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I will say, I know somebody else had their hand up, and I'm going to address that, but I will say, so we have an application now that says, if you're in the LIHEAP program, you may be automatically enrolled in the Solar for All. And we have already started to automatically enroll LIHEAP recipients. So your family member may have already been automatically enrolled. But if not, they should apply for the program directly if they're interested in getting Solar for All benefits. Okay. Somebody else had their hand raised. Please jump in.
Oh, Alvin, they lowered it. Again,
Oh, they lowered.
I have to ask. I'll see if they lower their hand, and so you don't have any questions so far.
Okay.
I just know earlier, Anne, a few minutes ago said, "Thank you. I'm a recipient and I save money." So that's good to know.
Yes, that's very good to know, and I'm happy to hear that.
And I know you'll
Um,
be going over the website, so when you get to the
mhm.
website, I'll be able to put the link in the chat for everyone to utilize as well.
Excellent, excellent. So yes, let me go ahead and move on. You all seem to um, you know, be a very good crowd. So community solar. Yes, it helps to reduce energy for residents in the community and everything. So renters and homeowners can save. And it helps us meet our clean energy goals, our clean energy 2.0 goals. Okay, so DC is focused on sustainability and equitable actions when it comes to energy and the environment. Okay. These are more pictures of our solar farms. This is Oxen Run again. So if you ever go past Oxen Run, I believe this is South Capitol Street, I believe. That's the gas station right there. So this is our solar facility in Oxen Run. And most of the people who are subscribed to this solar panel farm come from the local community. I believe this system right here has about 750 subscribers on it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And this is our facility on Children's National Center parking lot. So we have these facilities all over the city. We just opened a new facility in Rhode Island and Brentwood. Okay. And before that, we did one on Tacoma Aquatic Center. So as we get more funding, which hopefully we will this fiscal year, we'll be building out more community solar facilities so more people can be subscribed to the program. At DOEE, our number one priority is DC residents. Okay.
Oh,
So
we
what
have
is rooftop
in the
solar?
chat, Alvin.
Yes.
Miss Bridget said, do you fix a person's roof if it's damaged before you install solar panels?
Very good question. So your roof would have to be fixed beforehand. Your roof would have to be fixed beforehand before the solar panels were placed on your home. But one good thing about that is if your rooftop cannot sustain traditional rooftop solar, you can just be enrolled in community solar. As long as you income qualified, which I'll talk about later, as long as you're income qualified, you can get community solar if your rooftop cannot sustain traditional solar panels. So that's the great thing about it. Okay. And DC has this single family rooftop replacement program, which I'll take you to that website at the end. But DC has a rooftop has a rooftop repair program, and I'll take you all there at the end.
Thank you, Alvin, for answering that question.
Thank you. So moving on to the rooftop solar program. So rooftop solar for all is exactly what it sounds like. They put solar on your rooftop. Okay. And you can expect to save the same amount with rooftop solar, up to $500 per year. And you have to go through our grantee organization, DC Sustainable Energy Utility, to start that process. They connect you to they would connect you to a solar installer, and then you would start the process from there. Then they do an audit of your rooftop to see if your roof can sustain the solar panels. Okay. So with rooftop solar, after a period of, I believe, 20 years, I want to say, you would own the panels. But the developer who puts the solar on your rooftop, they would be responsible for the repairs of that system. And they would own the SRECs, as we call them, the Sustainable Renewable Energy Credit, Solar Renewable Energy Credit. So those are like energy credits that you can sell on the market. They would own that. You would not own that. But your benefit would be getting the savings on your electricity bill. And also, your home would be generating clean electricity for the larger electric grid. Okay. I'm sorry. So if you have rooftop solar, you will be powering your home. A percentage of your electricity would come from the solar panels on your rooftop. And then you would also have a battery storage for your rooftop solar. Okay, but not to get too technical, that part of the program is administered by our grantee organization. And I'll take you to the website as I'm finishing up my presentation. Okay. So this is a page on how to apply. This is the website, dcscu.com/solar for all. And of course, you'll be partnered with a DOEE funded Solar for All developer. Okay. And the income qualifications are the same for both sides of the program. And how to apply for community solar. This is what our application looks like. And this is what our paper application looks like. You can print this application off online and submit the necessary documentation, fill it out in full, and send in your necessary documentation. You're going to send this to our office at 1200 First Street Northeast. I'm going to give you the full address once we finish up. But you can also apply online at doe.dc.gov/solar for all. And if you need any application assistance or if you have any questions, you can call our hotline number, 202-299-5271. You can also request a paper application be sent to your home by calling our hotline as well. So, we want to make it easy as possible for you. And if you have any questions, if you're familiar, not if you're familiar, but if you're comfortable sending emails and everything, you can send in your application by email as well as your documentation. I would say online is probably the fastest way to get your application processed and get a response back. But if you can't, please call our hotline with any questions that you may have or any assistance that you might need. Okay. So these are some frequently asked questions that I thought I would include here because they're very important. Now, number one, will I have to pay anything? No, there's no cost to Solar for All participants at all in either the community solar side or the rooftop solar side. There's no cost whatsoever. Okay, so we're free. We're free DC government program. Of course, we wouldn't charge you anything. So will my electricity bill go up? Absolutely not. You will save money on both sides of the program. Okay. Will participating in Solar for All mean that other benefits go down? Similar to the question that I was asked earlier, no. The credits that you receive through Solar for All will not impact any other benefits that you may receive, whether that be LIHEAP energy assistance, if you get a voucher from the Housing and Urban Development, it will not affect that. It won't be counted as income. So it won't affect any other program that you may receive. Okay. So if I get a rooftop solar system, will I own the solar panels? No. The Solar for All developer who installs the system will maintain ownership for a period of, I believe, 20 years. Okay. So if you did get solar panels on your home, what must you do to maintain the panels? Nothing. The owner of the system, which is the developer, is responsible for the maintenance of the system and fixing any problems that you may encounter. Okay. So they don't fix your rooftop, but they fix the solar panels. Okay. Now, the income guidelines. So participants can expect to save $500 annually. And these are actually our older income threshold. I'm going to take you to our website and just to show you the new figures. But for a household of one right now, it's $85,000. For a household of two, it's about $97,000. So you have to make less than this figure. You don't have to meet these income requirements. These are the income thresholds. So you have to make at or below this amount. Okay. And here's a good point. So just like LIHEAP energy assistance, they have you apply every fiscal year. With Solar for All, you only have to apply for the program once, and you're in the program for at least 15 years. Okay, so you only have to apply for the program once. Now, if you move to another apartment or house in DC and you pay an electric bill, you can call our hotline number or you can email us and tell us that you moved. All you have to do is give us your new address and new Pepco account number, and we'll allocate the credits directly to your new home. Okay? As long as you're still income eligible. Now, if you're not income eligible and you move, then you would have to let us know that you're not income eligible anymore. But all you have to do is let us know your new information, and we can allocate the credits to your new account. Okay. If you don't qualify for Solar for All, then we have a partnership with this company called Energy Sage, which provides consumer education about solar energy. I don't think this is particularly important. But if you don't qualify for Solar for All, reach out to our partner organization, Energy Sage. Now, if you did go here, you would have to pay for the solar that you do receive, whether it be rooftop or community solar, you would have to pay. But if you don't qualify for the Solar for All program, this can be an option for you. Okay. So this is just some information on how you can read your Pepco bill. I'm actually gonna skip that. I'm gonna skip that as well. Okay, so let me stop here. So there are a lot of third-party energy suppliers in the district. So you may have gotten mail from a company that's called Clean Choice Energy, Indra Energy, Smart Energy. These third-party energy suppliers, and they are not affiliated with the DC government. Our Solar for All program is totally free, funded by the DC government. There are some solar companies out there that will promise you one thing, and they're a paid service. So if you want to get involved with solar in DC, come to the Department of Energy and Environment first before you go anywhere else. Okay, so what happens in DC is deregulated. So it means that DC residents can choose their energy supplier. You don't have to go with Pepco. So that's why these third-party energy companies operate, because DC is deregulated. But if you're unsure about anything, definitely consult the Department of Energy and Environment first, because there are a lot of scams going on, especially in Ward 7 and Ward 8 when it comes to solar energy. Okay, so if you have any questions about, third-party energy suppliers, or hey, these people said they're from the Solar for All program, definitely give us a call so we can give you some guidance on your question. Okay. This is actually my colleague's information right here, but let me show you some more. Let me show you some more resources online.
Sure. While you pull that up, Alvin, I in the chat I had
Mhm.
put the link for the rooftop program. I put the link for the solar program and the information, and I also put the hotline number and email address for the contact information.
Great, great. Thank you, thank you.
Can you are you able to answer a question or two?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, first, in the chat, Ms. Brenda said, I've had my solar panels nearly 10 years and I have not had any problems with them. Also, no one has come out to maintain my panels, so how would I know if there is a problem? What do I look out for?
Good question. So if you haven't had any problems with them in 10 years, that's great, first of all. No one has come out to maintain your panels. I would say my first question, follow-up question would be who installed the panels, because whoever installed the panels will be responsible for upkeep and maintenance. I'm not sure if you went through DC government at all, but what to look out for. If you're having any problems with your rooftop that you think came from the solar panels, I would say that's one thing to look out for. If you feel like you're no longer saving money with the solar panels, that's another thing to look out for. Yeah, you just want to make sure your solar panels are still operating the way they need to be. Of course, I did DC government and Solar for All installed. Okay, great. So my first question, yeah, I can take your information and see who, and try to get information on who installed solar panels.
Hey, Alvin, I'll be able to get in contact with you through with Brenda, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Through an email.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are the solar panels heavy? Good question. I don't think they're that heavy. If you're worried about like your roof collapsing with panels, I've never heard of that. And the amount of solar panels that are installed on rooftops is not really that many, so it wouldn't be that heavy. Nothing that your roof couldn't sustain if you have a healthy enough roof.
Mm, Thank you so much for answering that. If you have anything else, Bridget, please let us know. We have two hands up. First up is Maddie. Hi, Maddie. How are you?
Hello, how are you, Alvin?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. My question is, um, there have been more rolling blackouts across the nation, and they're increasing every year because of the warmer temperatures. So, if we had a rolling blackout, how would that affect us in DC? Also, um, would would the panels on our roof be able to provide us with energy?
Um, so that's one thing about battery storage. So if you have a battery storage on your solar panel system, that means that if your electricity does go out, the battery would store the solar energy that your house the battery that's installed on your solar panel system would get the energy. Let me try to explain this
My question is,
as simple as
would you
possible.
be able to hook up like your refrigerator or your AC or whatever, uh, if there was a blackout and you already have storage, you have enough
Battery storage.
storage?
Yeah, so if you have battery storage, it would hold your stored solar energy. So
Right.
it would just be like a backup. The solar energy would be like a backup. The solar energy that's in that battery storage, the energy that's stored in there, it would be like a backup in case of a blackout.
Okay. And now and also with the solar panels that the farms that are located across DC, if there was a rolling blackout, we not be able to get wouldn't that give some people, or would that give residents electricity because they're stored in they have a battery storage also. So would it be, I mean, I don't know if I'm saying it right. If would it be a complete blackout from the electricity grid if that goes out, if they cut that off, if that shuts off, would there be a backup? Would the extra energy, the solar energy, be used as a backup? Just
I
would it be
believe
for residents or just government or whatever?
I think it would be for everybody. I think it would be for the larger electric grid,
Mm-hmm.
but the energy source that the district goes to in the case of a blackout, I think they have like um other sources of energy. I'm not sure if it's solar, but they have like other sources that generate electricity in the case of a blackout. They have like all sorts of generators and everything that can be used in the event of emergencies. I'm not sure how solar energy factors into that, but that's a great question. I am not sure about that.
Okay. Are they okay? This may not be a great question, but I need to ask you because I want to know. Are they selling the power, the solar power, to someone else? Because you can sell it. You sell it back. I tried to get solar panels in like 2003, which they were not allowed. You couldn't get them. They said you couldn't get them because it was a danger for anyone working on the grid. They may, a part of the grid may be hot. So at that time, and it was illegal. Well, they said you couldn't have it. But I know solar and it stores energy, and you can sell it back. You can sell it back.
Right.
So is that why we're getting a discount because they're selling it to someone else?
Well, Pepco, I know in DC, Pepco has to get a certain amount of their energy from clean electricity sources. So
Okay.
with the Solar for All program, DOEE is developing solar panel systems that are generating clean electricity for Pepco. So instead of Pepco having to buy that electricity that we generate, they're giving benefits to subscribers of the Solar for All program.
Okay. Okay. And the solar panels don't have any working moving parts, so they have very low maintenance.
Right. Once they're installed, there's not a lot of maintenance that has to be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. Because I keep hearing from people from other parts of the country that their government is warning them about rolling blackouts, and other in parts of the country where they have had blackouts last year and in previous years. So that's a kind of concern that, because that's a concern for me.
Okay. Absolutely. It's a very real concern. I understand that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Have a
Mhm.
good.
You too.
I do see we have two hands up, Alvin. I think maybe
Mhm.
what you were gonna go over could, and then we could answer those questions.
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to answer anything.
Okay. Thank you. Again, don't forget to lower your hands, everyone, so we can make sure everyone is able to ask their question. Next up is Anne. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I've had the solars for a while, and they do come and clean them. They took them off when they had to have some repairs done on a line that was coming to my house, and they brought them back, and they clean them once a year. So, and I'm very pleased, and I do save money. And you are very explaining this very well, and I really appreciate that because I've been trying to get a lot of my neighbors to look into this program.
Thank you so much for the feedback. I appreciate that truly.
Thank you
And
so
don't be nervous, honey. We don't eat.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience, and I know it definitely helps them out.
Well, it does, and I really I noticed there's some questions, and it what I was concerned. Believe me, I asked them a million of them, and I'm sure that guy was glad to get out of my house. But
Oh, it,
he happens to live in the neighborhood now, and I got him when the mayor was offering them when they first started the little program. So I'm very, very pleased, and I have not had
Good.
any problems whatsoever.
thank you so much, Anne,
Good to
for
hear.
Mhm.
Mhm. Miss Jacqueline, do you have a question for Alvin?
Yes, I do. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Okay, I'm very interested in having this program because I'm sick and tired of all these other people coming around knocking on the door, saying,
Yeah, I
I'm
see your
not
point, Miss
trusting. I'm not
Jacqueline.
very trusting. So I wanted a program that was connected with the DC government, and I just downloaded the application, um, and printed it out, and see there's a phone number on there, and then I'm going to try to make an appointment. My question is that this is a very old house I inherited from my mother, and the electrical box, if I'm saying it right, may need an upgrade. Would that be included in the installation?
Good question. So you just to backtrack a little bit, you were talking about you downloaded the application for single family solar or
Yeah, single family solar for a
okay,
house.
and you got that information from dcscu.com.
It says solar for all application.
So it's I think
Yeah,
Okay.
the
with
rooftop program, or is it the community program that you are speaking of, Ms. Jacqueline?
um
Right.
okay, I think this is the application.
Did
I'm
you
trying
go
to read.
you go to dcseu.com or doee.dc.gov?
DOE at the
Yeah,
bottom. It
that's
says,
the wrong application.
oh, that's the wrong application, but it says solar for all application.
Right. So they were referencing the community solar program. So if you're interested in getting single family solar rooftop solar panels, please go to /solar-for-all. Or you can just Google DCSEU Solar for All. I'll put this link in the chat.
Okay.
Or maybe Alexander, you could put the link in the chat.
It's all in there. The two different programs and the number.
Oh, good. Okay. So if your box needs an upgrade, that I am not sure of. I think for electrical box upgrades, you may need to contact Pepco, I want to say. Yeah, I would definitely get in touch with Pepco if you need another like electrical box or meter.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to find out because like I said, this house is this was only had one upgrade since 1955. So I'm thinking, with the use of computers and higher the use of computers and more televisions in the household, there needs to be an upgrade. And I was wondering if the service would install a upgrade service to handle the the solar panels. But you don't know, so I would have to check with Pepco.
Yes, ma'am. I would say so.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And I will look at the links in the links in the chat room.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jacqueline. Have a good day.
Okay.
Yep, and don't forget to lower your hand. Next up is Miss Burnett. Hello, you have a question for Alvin?
Yes, can a condo owner have community solar?
Yes. It has an individual Pepco account and
Yeah.
your name is on the bill.
Yes,
Great. So I'm assuming you're a household of one.
yes.
Absolutely. So if you fall at or within these income guidelines, at or below these income guidelines, you can get community solar.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, Ms. Burnett. And our last hand up for now is from Miss Eddie. Hello, you have a question for Alvin? Miss Eddie, you gotta hit unmute in the middle, okay? There you go.
Okay, I applied for this program before and they denied me this, but now I have a new roof and I would like to reapply. I would like to have the whole solo, and I think the lady above me asked the question, will they upgrade my energy, the power in the house, since this is an old house? I don't know if I'm asking the right question.
I think I understand. So you got a new rooftop.
Yes,
Your roof was repaired. You got a new roof, and you wanted to apply for the program again.
yes, I
So,
got it through rebuilding.
okay, excellent. So I would contact DCSCU, DC Sustainable Energy Utility.
Yes,
So yeah, I would contact them, and their number is let me put the number to DCSCU in the chat, and you can call them directly to let them know that you got a new roof and you applied for the program before. How long ago did you apply?
about 2 years ago, and they said the program was ended. That I didn't
Okay,
qualify.
2 years ago. Okay, yes, I would say give DCSCU a call at this number, 888-479-2222. So it's easy to remember. Give them a call and let them know the situation, and they should be able to come out again and see if you can get panels installed on your rooftop. If not, you can always go with community solar.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Eddie. And Alvin, you sent that to me as a direct message, so I just
Oh, I did?
yeah, it's okay. I resent it to everyone. So there's the DC
Okay, cool.
member there in the chat.
Okay, good. Thank you.
We have another question. Still doing great on time. Again, thank you all so much for your questions. They've been very varied, so I really appreciate that. Hey Yvonne, how are you? You have a
I'm
question?
good, thank you,
Alvin?
Alex. Thank you. Yes, Alvin, I am already in the Solar for All program. I was wondering, is there any distinction between the amount of savings for one who's in the rooftop solar program or is there any difference in savings? Do you save more by being in one program or the other in Solar for All? And you might have mentioned where some of these solar farms are in DC, but I've never seen one. I live close to Silver Spring, right on the line, and I know there's a big building, and someone was visiting me, and they said, "Oh, those are solar panels." It's right off of Colesville Road on a big a building here off of Fenton, and I believe that's a solar farm, a Solar for All kind of farm. So so what can you respond to either of those questions?
Sure. So you can expect to save the same amount of money with both parts of the program. So with single family or community solar, you're still saving up to $500 annually. Okay. And as far as solar farms, we do have them all over the city. I would say our biggest system is in Oxen Run. So if you're ever on that side, you can see one of our biggest systems. I think a system that will be close to you would probably be our system on Tacoma Aquatic Center.
Oh, sure.
I believe that's close to Silver Spring, right?
Absolutely.
Tacoma. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
so we
yeah,
have
that's
solar panels over there too.
okay, because I used to do a water aerobics at the Tacoma Aquatic Center, but I don't recall ever seeing any solar panels.
Yeah, they're new.
Okay, so this is what you call a solar farm?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and there's one right off of Colesville Road, which is humongous. It's really huge.
Right, and yeah, that may not be one of our systems, but
no, it's not.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We have one on Southwest Library as well. If you're familiar with the library in Southwest, we have a huge solar system in Southwest Library as well, 900 Wesley Place. So if you're familiar with this library right here in Southwest, like this whole rooftop is filled with solar panels.
Oh, all right. And you wouldn't know like hundreds or 1,000 solar panels at one farm? Do you have any ballpark figure?
It varies. It varies from each site. Some of our sites are smaller than others, so it's going to vary.
All right. Well, thank you for your input today. I'm delighted with the program, and I've been in it for several years. I didn't want anybody putting them on my rooftop, and I'm glad I didn't. I was about to go that route, and someone kind of discouraged it, and I'm kind of glad I opted for Solar for All.
I'm glad you're satisfied either way.
Thank you, Alvin.
Thank
you. Thank you, Alex.
No problem, Yvonne. You have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
I think you mentioned it before, Alvin, but I'm about to I just put the roof rehabilitation program link in the chat. I know a couple of folks asked about the roof, so we've actually had them on one time before as well, talking about that program. So
okay,
The link is in the chat, if you will all want to take advantage of that as well. We have another hand. Thank you, Louise. You have a question for Alvin?
Yeah, I was wondering, they don't have to come to your house anymore and put that stuff on your roof, right? Is that what you're saying with the community one?
Yes, ma'am. With community solar, they do not.
Because I've noticed that they have a area in DC that a lot of solar panels, and I was wondering, why are they all over the place in an empty space like that? So I was wondering, I started the program and my roof needed repair, and then my sons, they discouraged me because they sell a whole bunch of stuff what they research. And so when the guy came and looked at my roof, it needed repair. So I stopped it. I didn't go any further. But now it sounds better to me if you don't have to put it on your roof.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You do not have to put it on your roof. So that's the great thing about community solar. You don't have to put it on your roof, but you're still getting the savings.
Mm-hmm. I really appreciate your program now. So now I'll start thinking about it again.
Great. Good to hear.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Louise. I see you have an example of a bill with the credits highlighted on the screen. Is that right, Alvin?
Yes, I do. So this is an older bill, but it'll still work. So this is what you can expect to see on your bill once you are enrolled in our program. So this is the first page of your bill, okay? And what you'll see on your bill is this. You'll see CNM credit, which stands for Community Net Metering. And then you'll see SFA, which stands for Solar for All. You'll see a number right here, which indicates which particular community solar farm that you're subscribed to. And then on the right, under amount, you'll see the amount that you saved. On your Pepco bill, anything that you'll see that says minus on the right side, that indicates a credit. Okay. So on your bill, you'll see one line item. Then on the right, you'll see your credit amount. And this right here is just a formula we use to calculate your credit amount. So this is an older bill. This is what it looks like currently. They made it easier for people to see. So on the site, and this is just an example. You'll see the site that you're subscribed to, and then you'll see your credit amount under CS credit. Okay. So this is what you can expect to see on your bill once you're enrolled.
Right. It's very transparent, which I like. So thank you so much for sharing that. We have another question from Brenda.
Yes, thank you. Alvin, the solar community, is that both for homeowners and people that live in apartments and condos?
Yes, ma'am. It's for everyone who pays a Pepco bill and is income qualified for the program.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yes,
Thank you. That's what I need to know. All right.
Thank you, Brenda. So yeah, don't forget to lower your hand. No more questions, Alvin, but did you have some other things to go over?
That was honestly it for me.
Okay. We have a we have another question. Again, I love all the questions. I know they're helping out a lot. Hey Dolores, hope you're well. Do you have a question for Alvin?
Hello, everyone. Maybe I missed a little bit what you're saying. Did you say that we have two options as far as getting a panel installed, one on your roof and one not on your roof?
Yes. So we have traditional single family rooftop solar, and we have community solar. So with community solar, you do not have to get anything installed on your home or apartment.
Oh, okay, then. That's the one I'm interested. I don't want any panel on my roof. So I would go with the community service. Thank you very much. That's why I didn't understand at first. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Yep.
No
And make sure to
problem.
check out the chat, Dolores. I put the rooftop programs link, and then I put the community solar for all's link as well.
So community solar for all is for the community, right?
Yes, that's for the community.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
No problem.
But yeah, I really appreciate you coming on to our session today. Alvin, do you have any closing remarks, any pieces of advice, any tips or tricks when you know, through this process to for someone, like just any words or wisdom for the group?
Sure. I want to go back to what somebody said earlier about people knocking on doors and promising them things. There are a lot of third-party energy suppliers in the district that offer a paid service, and they kind of do like bait and switch tactics. So before you sign anything, as it relates to Solar for All, please do your research. Call our hotline number at 202-299-5271 if you have any questions about, you know, anything solar related. And also, if any of you all live in Ward 7, DOEE is doing a big resource fair in Ward 7 in June. So we're just kind of in the planning stages of that, but look out for DOEE's resource fair as well.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on to our session. Well, we do have another question, and then we'll go ahead and end for the day. But again, I just want to say I really appreciate you answering your questions so fully and for being very transparent and easily explaining all of the different options that that everyone has in DC. Thank you so much. Mr. Angelo, you had a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to get that hotline number again.
It's in the chat, Mr. Angelo.
What?
It's 299-5271.
202-299.
5271.
Thank you.
Yes.
No problem.
Again, make sure to check out the chat for the links as well so you can get more information, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. And let's all thank Mr. Alvin for coming on to our sessions, and let's wish him a great day. And again, thank you so much for coming on to our
Thank you so much for your
Thank you so much.
Right
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you all. Appreciate you.
Brother.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank
Have a
you
good
very
one.
much.
Thank you.
See, we didn't hurt you. And you were real good. Okay,
Have a
baby.
good day, Mr. Alvin.
All
Have
right,
a
you too.
nice
Thank you.
day.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, both of you.
Thank you. And thank you all so much for coming on to our session today. As you know, we always host a poll at the end just to let us know how you felt about today's session. So if you could all come back into Zoom, would really appreciate you all filling that out for us. Okay, but I really appreciate you all coming on, and hopefully you all learned something new about the Solar for All program here in